Well, hello there. This is part one of a two-part video, or it's the first video in a two-video series to show you how to make your Christmas ornament using the CNC router. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to start the Aspire program. You need to find a computer or a laptop that has Aspire. We need to create a new file. You're going to make the file 4 inches by 4 inches over here. Set the thickness to 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch, because I think we're using 1/8 of an inch thick material. If we're using thicker material, I'll let you know. Don't worry about the offset. Leave this at inches, and you can play around with colors, but that's not too important. So we'll go OK. And here is our workpiece, and this is what we're going to cut our Christmas ornament out of. Christmas ornament is round. We're going to start with some circles. So we'll click on the circle tool here. And we'll draw the outside of the ornament. The outside is going to be 3.6 inches in diameter. So make sure you click diameter here. And it's centered on the workpiece. So it's at X and Y, 2 and 2. So that's the outside of our ornament. Now we need the inside circle. We're going to make the ornament 0.5 inches thick. So we'll make this 3.1 inches. Create. Okay, and there's the inside of our ornament. We need 2 more circles to complete the body of the ornament so that we can hang the ornament. Make a little hanger over here. So we'll do that with this first circle that is 3/4 of an inch in diameter, 0.75 inches. And then we'll put a little hole in the middle of that at 0.15 inches in diameter. Okay. So we can close that up, and we need to move this circle up. So I'm going to select it and use the up arrow key to move it straight up until it just brushes the edge of my workpiece at the top here. Okay, now we want this part of the circle to melt into the body of our Christmas ornament. We can do that with the scissors tool over here, and we can just start trimming away the unwanted lines. And now we have a little bump over here. Now we can click on our hole. This is going to be the hole that we hang the ornament from, and move it up into position over here. Oh, I've got 2. Just get rid of that one. Delete gets rid of it. There we go. So there's the body of our ornament ready to go. And now what we're going to do is add text through the middle over here. So we'll select the text tool on the left here. We're going to select the brush script. Very nice font, looks like somebody's writing. And we'll start with text that's around 1 inch high. So you can put your name in here, or a simple word to reflect the Christmas season, or some other reference. But the word can't be too long, and you'll see why. There's not a lot of space here. I'm going to say it's going to be a bunny Christmas season, because I think I might be able to go ice boating. So there we go, ice boat, Bonnie. Let's apply it. There's Bonnie over here. So we'll close that up, and we'll click on the word, and we'll move it into position here. Now, if your word is only 3 or 4 letters long, you might be able to make it a little bit bigger. If your word or name is 5, 6, 7 letters long, you might have to make it a bit smaller. 7 letters might be the limit. It really depends on the letters and if you can make it legible. I'm going to leave the letters this size and just nudge it over so that the Y is attached to the left-hand side, or the right-hand side of the ornament over here. Okay, I need to make the B bigger because it needs to attach to the O, and it needs to attach to the side of the ornament over here. So in order to do that, then I need to select the text, right-click on it, and convert it to curves. So it's no longer text, now it's just a bunch of vectors. And I can just select on the vectors one at a time. So I'm going to take the B, I'll hold Shift down so that I can get the other part of the B, and click on it again, and now I can resize the letter B and move it around until it's attached on the left and attached to the O over here. Okay, something like that. I think I want it attached in here as well. Use the arrow key and just nudge it over. There we go. Okay, all right. So that's roughly what the ornament's going to look like, but now, again, I need to get rid of all the overlapping lines to get a final outline. So again, with the scissor tool, I can use the wheel on my mouse to zoom in and out, and I can use the scissor tool to cut away overlapping vectors. So when they're small, you want to zoom in like this, make sure you're getting close. You can use the elevators over here a little bit to move around. Oh, there we go. And of course, if you delete something that you didn't mean to delete, then Control Z. There we go. So we'll get rid of all the overlapping vectors. Almost done. Okay. So that's what my ornament is going to look like. Not bad. Okay, we'll close the scissor tool. So now let's have a look at what it's going to look like when it gets cut out on the CNC router. We'll go to switch to the toolpaths tab over here. Okay, we'll choose Profile Toolpath. In part 2 of this video, we'll discuss again the cutting depth and what tool we're going to use, as well as how many passes we're going to take. For now, just leave it at whatever comes up. Make sure you're on the outside and the right-hand side over here. Okay, the direction is conventional. And over here, we're going to add tabs to the toolpath. Tabs are used to hold the material together so that it doesn't come flying apart inside of the router. Click on Edit Tabs. Oh, first of all, select the vectors. There we go. Oh, make sure you select all of them. Edit tabs, and you can manually add a tab on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side like that. And you'll see when we do the animation, you'll see what those tabs are doing, but essentially they're holding everything together so that it doesn't fly around inside of the router. Make sure the length of the tabs is fairly small, about 0.1 inches, and the thickness should be about half the thickness of your workpiece. So half of 0.125 is about 0.06. So that's okay. So again, we've selected all our vectors. Right now we can calculate. And yeah, it says here it's going to cut through the material. Well, yeah, that's what we want to happen. We set the tool depth to just a little bit more than the thickness of the material. Okay. The animation tab over here is going to show us what our Christmas ornament is going to look like after it's been cut out. We can slow the animation down a little bit over here and then click the play button, and then we'll see what the cutter head is actually going to do on the router to cut it out. And you can see the tabs over here holding the material together as I indicated. Okay, that's the end of step 1 in our part 1 of the video, and we'll in part 2 of the video, we'll look at some of the settings that are required for the particular CNC router in our classroom.